Hi, everyone. My name is Rita Crompton. I'm also known as the Inventor Lady. And this last week, we've been working through some of the steps for applying for Archimedes OffSpring funding mechanism. And I've been trying to give you some hints as to the best way to go about this. So let's back up just a little bit and take a look at the steps you would go through as an inventor, even if you weren't applying for Archimedes OffSpring, and then where Archimedes OffSpring fits in. So what I tell all inventors, do your own searching, do as much as you can, build your own version of a prototype. Duct tape, cardboard. The funny side of that is that generally something isn't broken until it's got the duct tape on it. It's amazing how often duct tape comes in handy. So anyway, go buy yourself a roll of duct tape, super glue. If you can buy other products inexpensively in the marketplace and take things apart and put together then your own version of your prototype, by all means. It helps you get your head wrapped around, one, the description and what some of the challenges might be for engineering. So once you've got those two things done, now you're ready to go into the first step that really costs you money. I can't tell you how often somebody calls me up and said, well, I've spent a whole bunch of money on getting this prototype done, and now I'm ready to get a patent done. No, wrong order. All right, first serious money you spend is on a professional search. Now, I'm not saying don't do your own searching. By all means, get out there and look around as much as you can. Inventors tend to have blinders on when you're looking for your own invention. You don't really want to find it. I don't blame you. All right, so getting a third set of eyes, another set of eyes looking at it is what really then gives you back the information that you need. All right, so that's the first thing you spend money on. And if you've gone to an engineer already, that's fine. But now you come back, you've had a search done, and you say, I'm infringing on this one. I've got to focus on this method. You could have done that with just the search. Engineers are more than happy to fix a problem that you've got, but they're going to charge you for it. All right, it works best. I mean, the engineer can't read your mind. So it works best when you take in the search report and the patentability opinion from the attorney and said, okay, start with these drawings, but make it do this, because this, the attorney said I could file a patent on. Minimizes your cost, much more efficient, and now you know what you've got to work with and you don't expect the engineer to read your mind. So now where does Archimedes OffSpring come into that? So you get the search done, all right, you get the patentability opinion. With the funding from Archimedes OffSpring, you can actually get reimbursed for the search and the patentability opinion. And now you can go to the engineer and say, okay, here's what I've got. My funding is coming from Archimedes OffSpring. You, Mr. Service Provider, this is what I need you to do. Now, the money doesn't go directly to you. If you are chosen through the vetting process to participate as one of the inventors that we are going to fund, the money actually goes into an escrow account. So we pay then your service providers directly. So one, we're going to make sure that it's a reputable service provider and that they're charging a reasonable price. So that part we help you with. If you don't know someone, all right, that you want to go to, we've got suggestions for you that you can actually call and interview them. You can ask them, what are their pricing? What is their time frame? What is their specialty? We've got a lot of different engineers that we've worked with over the years who can help you and get you what you need. And we know that they are going to do a good job for you. And we also know that they are going to help protect your intellectual property. That said, now on the Archimedes side, at this point, you've signed the NDA and you've had us sign the NDA. So now we're just going through the parts that need to be done for teeing it up. You've provided the application. We've agreed that, yes, you are part of the vetting process. So when we're looking now at service providers, engineers, and you need to keep in mind there's a couple of different steps on engineers. So you may end up using 2 or 3 different engineers. First one is the prototype. Prototyping these days has changed a lot. You can use a rapid prototype machine with a variety of different materials that will give you a working, sexy prototype. And for a lot of inventors, this is all we need, is the working, sexy prototype. So now you've got that prototype sent to you. You know that it's going to function, and maybe you decide you're going to make some changes. We can also show some of the vetting experts that we use, the industry experts in specific industries, to give us their feedback on that. Well, it would work better if it did it like this. It would work better if we did this. All right, so now we've got some good feedback from industry experts that are also bound to protect your intellectual property, also industry experts that we have worked with for a long time. So now we can go actually to another engineer, because like I said, not always the prototype engineer is the one that's going to do the manufacturing drawings. So now we go to another developer that's going to help us with the manufacturing part of it. So now we get teed up for what we refer to as a short run, 500, 1500, somewhere in there. What we're looking for is, can we get it teed up so that we can separate the consumer from their cash? Can we get this done to the point where someone else is going to say, I want that. I want to sell that. I want to put that in my store. That's what we're looking for at this phase. And then we get you ready for a national trade show, something that is in your industry. Again, I can't tell you how many people call me and they say, oh, I went to this licensing show. I went to this inventor show. No, spend your money on a show that makes sense. And that means it's going to be your industry. It's going to be hardware, tools, baby products, home health care, whatever it is. I've been to the National Asphalt Show, for goodness sakes. It wasn't very big, but it was very productive. You don't necessarily need big. You need specific to your industry. You need to go where the people who buy and sell your types of products are going to be. The last thing you need to go is to a show where it is a feeding frenzy and you are the main course. So stay away from those. Go to the shows that are specific for your industry. And we help you with that. We help you get teed up for that. So take a deep breath. If you still have questions about the phases of the inventing process, you can go to inventorlady.com. There is an icon at the top that says Inventor's Galaxy Guide. It's about 7 different phases of the process. All right. And then the other one is Archimedes OffSpring. Go and read about the process. We are in this with you. All right. We are not charging you for access to the information. We are helping you tee up this project. And we want it to be successful. So we want to make sure that we do the steps right. You do not take shortcuts on intellectual property. You do not take shortcuts on understanding the public domain. And you do not take shortcuts when it comes to understanding how dollars are spent for marketing. That can be the most expensive phase there is. And there's secrets to that phase. All right. And we're going to help you figure out what they are. Rita at Archimedes OffSpring is the best way to get in touch with me. Please send me your questions, reach out, ask for help. We are in it together, changing the way inventing is done in America. Thank you.